duties, explain the digital signature certificates, describe the duties of subscribers. Now let us know more about information technology. The term information technology, IT, is not having a precise meaning. It is generally applied to a broad area of activities and technologies associated with the use of computers and communication. We can explain IT as an application of computers to create, store, process, and use of information, particularly in the field of commerce. The Information Technology IT Act 2000 has been designed to give boost to electronic commerce, e-commerce, e-transactions, and similar activities associated with commerce and trade, and also to facilitate electronic governance, e-governance, by means of reliable electronic records. The term electronic commerce, e-commerce, refers to the business transacted electronically. Common usage, the term refers to trading of goods over the internet. It is online sale and purchase of goods and services for value by using internet technologies such as internet processing, email, and World Wide Web, WWW, or just web browsing. The term electronic governance refers to the application of information technology to the process of government functioning in order to bring about simple, moral, accountable, responsive, and transparent smart governance. Digital signature. Now let us view this video for a brief understanding of the topic, digital signatures. Authentication of the record has to be achieved by some electronic or digital method. Affixing digital signature has been defined of the Act to mean adoption of any methodology or procedure by a person for the purpose of authenticating an electronic record by means of digital signature. Authentication of electronic records, Section 3. Any subscriber may authenticate an electronic record by affixing his digital signature. The authentication of the electronic record shall be effected by the use of asymmetric crypto system and has a hash function which envelop and transform the initial electronic record into another electronic record. Electronic governance. With a view to facilitating electronic governance, IT Act 2000 accords legal recognition to electronic records Digital signatures, an electronic form of dealing with government offices and its agencies. The retention of information in electronic format has also been accorded legal recognition, provided the information remains accessible and usable in future. The Act contains the following provisions to facilitate e-governances. Legal recognition of electronic records, Section 4, where any law provides that information or any other matter shall be in writing or in the typewritten or printed form, then, notwithstanding anything contained in such law, such requirements shall be deemed to have been satisfied if such information or matter is rendered or made available in an electronic form, accessible so as to be usable for a subsequent reference. Legal recognition of digital signatures, Section 5, where any law provides that information or any other matter shall be authenticated by affixing the signature, or any document shall be signed or bear the signature of any person, then, notwithstanding anything contained in such law, requirement shall be deemed to have been satisfied if such information or matter is authenticated by means of digital signature affixed in such manner as may be prescribed by the central government. Use of electronic records and digital signatures in government and its agencies, Section 6, where any law provides for the filing of any form, application, or any other document with any office, authority, body, or agency owned or controlled by the appropriate government in a particular manner. The issue or grant of any license, permit, sanction, or approval by whatever name called in a particular manner. The receipt or payment of money in a particular manner, notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, such requirement shall be deemed to have been satisfied in such grant, receipt, or payment, as the case may be, is effected by means of such electronic form. Section 7. Shall be for any specific period, then that requirement shall be deemed to have been satisfied if such documents, records, and information are contained in an electronic form, if the information contained therein remains accessible so as to be usable for a subsequent reference. The electronic records contained in the format in which it was originally created, consent of the state, which can be To operate automatically. Acknowledgement of receipt, section 12. No agreement. Where the originator has not agreed with the addressee that the acknowledgement of receipt of electronic record be given in a particular form or by a particular method. An acknowledgement may be given by any communication by the addressee, automated or otherwise. Any conduct of the addressee sufficient to indicate to the originator that the electronic record has been received. Stipulation by the originator. Where the originator has stipulated that the electronic record shall be binding only on receipt of an acknowledgement of such electronic record by him, then unless acknowledgement has been so received, the electronic record shall be deemed to have been never sent by the originator. No stipulation by the originator. Where the originator has not stipulated that the electronic record shall be binding only on receipt of such acknowledgement, and the acknowledgement has not been received by the originator within the time specified or agreed, or if no time has been specified or agreed to within a reasonable time, then the originator may give notice to the addressee stating that no acknowledgement has been received by him and specifying a reasonable time by which the acknowledgement must be received. Time and place of dispatch and receipt of electronic record, section 13. Save as otherwise agreed to between the originator and the addressee, the dispatch of an electronic record occurs when it enters a computer resource outside the control of the originator. Save as otherwise agreed between the originator and the addressee, the time of receipt of an electronic record shall be determined as follows. Namely, if the addressee has designated a computer resource for the purpose of receiving electronic records, A. Receipt occurs at the time when the electronic record enters the designated computer resource. B. If the electronic record is sent to a computer resource of the addressee that is not the designated computer resource, receipt occurs at the time when the electronic record is retrieved by the addressee. If the addressee has not designated a computer resource along with specified timings, if any, receipt occurs when the electronic record enters the computer resource of the addressee. Save as otherwise agreed to between the originator and the addressee. An electronic record is deemed to be dispatched at the place where the originator has his place of business and is deemed to be received at the place where the addressee has his place of business. Secure electronic records and secure digital signatures. Secure electronic record, section 14. Where any security procedure has been applied to an electronic record at a specific point of time, then such record shall be deemed to be a secure electronic record from such point of time to the time of verification. Secure digital signature, section 15. if by application of a security procedure agreed to by the parties concerned, it can be verified that a digital signature at the time it was affixed was unique to the subscriber affixing it, capable of identifying such subscriber, created in a manner or using a means under the exclusive control of the subscriber, and is linked to the electronic record to which it relates in such a manner that if the electronic record was altered, the digital signature would be invalidated. And such digital signature shall be deemed to be a secure digital signature. Security Procedure, Section 16. The central government shall, for the purposes of this Act, prescribe the security procedure having regard to commercial circumstances prevailing at the time when the procedure was used, including the nature of the transaction, the level of sophistication of the parties with reference to their technological capacity, the volume of similar transactions engaged in by other parties, the availability of alternatives offered to but rejected by any party, the cost of alternative procedures, the procedures in general used for similar types of transactions or communications, regulation of certifying authorities. With a view to creating regulation for certification, the IT Act 2000 provides for the appointment, functions, powers, and duties of controller of certifying authorities and other officers. The Act also provides for the functions and duties of certifying authorities, appointment of controller and other officers, Section 16. The central government may, by notification in the official gazette, appoint a controller of certifying authorities for the purpose of this Act, and may also, by the same or subsequent notification, appoint such number of deputy controllers and assistant controllers as it deems fit. The controller shall discharge his functions under this Act, subject to the general control and directions of the central government. The deputy controllers and assistant controllers shall perform